Brad Williams, Excel Prime. Create formulas that reference other cells. Now, you know we can't include formulas inside a pivot table. The question is, well, can we work outside of the pivot table and grab information inside the pivot table and use it for some type of calculation? And the answer is yes. We have income and we have an expense. And what's that ratio? Well, the ratio is D4 divided by C4. But with pivot tables, sort of like the tables format, when you're calculating within a table, it has this crazy syntax. Take a look at this syntax. Get pivot table. Well, all we're doing is dividing D by C. This is what it looks like in formula text. It is busy. Can we do something about that? Yeah. How do we go about inserting this formula? The easiest way is equal D, divide this by C. That's how simple it is. Can we get rid of this get divot thing and still do the same thing? Yeah. What we have to do is go to pivot table, analyze, pivot table options, generate, get pivot data. Make sure we're within the pivot table. Go to pivot, go over here to options, and you see this generate, get pivot data. Disable it. Here's the same thing, D4 divided by C4. Simple solution. So that's how you can use internal pivot data or external calculations. Now the cautions or the warnings. There's always warnings when you're dealing with Excel, and here it is. We use a simple reference formula here. Because we can expand this information, look what happens. We change the formula structure, and you can see with using the get pivot, the numbers stay the same. But as soon as we readjust or realign or revisit additional data within the pivot table, the calculation is wrong. The idea of working with this D4, C4, well, if you never view this data here, and maybe you use slicers or something to that effect, this doesn't work. You're going to have to just remove this altogether. Do you want to recalculate this each time? Probably not. That's the caution. The suggestion probably would be to stick with this ugly looking get pivot table because it stays consistent even when you adjust this data here. Brad Williams, Excel Prime.